see, this is a long-term project. Most of the time we do stuff like crafts, nail painting and stuff like that. But this is different because this is something that will last for a long time.
We learned that most of the plants that we see around the school, we thought it was really easy because you just have to take some soil, put it around and put the seed and water it every day and it'll just grow. But then we figured out that it's not like that. You have to work a lot for a plant to grow properly.
These kids are a part of school for a very long period of time, right? They enter right from the kindergarten and they're here with us for almost 13 years of their lives, right? So it's a good idea to leave something behind, right? When you come back to your school, you look at something and say, hey, I did that when I was in 6th grade, or I did that when I was in 4th grade. I think that's a very, very special feeling to have. Most of these herbs, these plants, some of them are trees, will take years to grow. And I'm hoping as they start fruiting, the kids get to enjoy looking at it, and they kind of feel proud of what they've done, what they've achieved.
We got a project from Aaron, who's part of the Makerspace, to use this board, which is called a Makey, to play a game called Counter-Strike, the shooting first-person shooter. I've got the front and back controls on this hand, and the turn left and right controls in this hand. My friend Harish here has shooting with the white cable and jumping with the gray cable. So we can actually move forward, turn around, and shoot people in this game.
The empathy walk was done in 2 stages. One was in Inventure and one was done in the villages around. What we did in Inventure was we went and spoke to the support staff. Some very great insights came out of this. They started realizing how important the process of education is, and if somebody is deprived of education because of family factors, economic factors, what can be done and what is going to be the repercussion is what was realized by the children.
Most of the people were very generous to us, and they were open-minded, the parents, and I also felt that we should help them in many ways. We should have programs, and the questions I had was that why doesn't the BBMP and the government help the villages, and why don't we have programs which are really helpful and they become really literate and then they get into a good company. And one thing I don't agree with is that we can't disrespect them because even they are part of our society.
I wanted to learn new designs, and I learned a lot of creative designs, and I realized that you need a lot of concentration and hard work to do this, and it's like a real craft. We've made like paneer tikka pizza, then we made a Chinese bhel, and we made amras with ice cream, and they made a noodle biryani and stuff. So basically what we've learned here is how to mix like different cuisines together, and learned how to cook, obviously.
Cooking class, we've learned how to fuse different stuff from different countries and make it into one delicious food.
So to make our bottle garden, we followed a uniform procedure. First, we planned our layout for the whole garden. Then we planned how water could be reached from all of the bottles. And then we cut and decorated our bottles to make them look visually nice. To make sure the soil didn't get over-watered, we filled it with pebbles and then stones respectively. Then we filled it up with soil and cut holes so that the water could circulate.
the one thing I can see that's happening is that the children are very solidly involved at all stages. There are different projects going on in the school. So as far as sport is concerned, we have a full hour for Inventuring, which is brilliant because then the children know exactly what we expect of them. They're having a blast in terms of learning different activities. We're also setting the trend and the platform in terms of what we expect of the children through the year. Inventure is unique in the space that it has more physical education classes than anywhere else that I can think of in India. If you're active, then there's a whole lot of things that happen in the classroom and in life for the children actually, right? And it starts from this age group. There it goes.
I learned that I need to increase my individual attention to each student. And there are some students who really require that individual attention to keep them interested. Otherwise, they tend to get distracted and they tend to go into their own worlds. We built this 12-inch glider and we taught them all the basics of aircrafts, and now we're teaching them how to fly it. So it's all going pretty well, and they're learning how to trim out their aircraft. So if there's anything going wrong in the flight, they're learning how to fix it. I love the idea. It's amazing the kids get to do so much with their time and they get to be exposed to so many fields. Like, we never got the opportunity when we were back in school. And when we finally got the chance to go to college, we had no idea which engineering would do what. And right now, when we have an experience as to what we get to feel in each kind of branch of engineering or each profession we could do in the future, it's amazing to first have that experience here.
If they had to take anything from this week, from what the music has to offer, I just really hope they get excited. That's all you need for the rest of the things to fall into place automatically. They don't need me to teach them if they're excited. I think if someone was excited about music, they'll go find it. I'm happy to be there and facilitate it, and that's great. But if they're just excited, I'm confident that they'll be able to find their way through the infinite, glorious, scary, beautiful world of music.